Well, you can see how close, residential, commercial, business sector is to the river. And just a few thousand feet up the river, there's some other residential areas. And what we're hearing is more and more individuals coming across, hiding in their backyards, jumping their fences. We've had cases where people have tried to break into homes. We've had several, I believe 2 or 3 that did manage to break into a home. And they're looking for food. They're looking for something to eat. They're hiding from Border Patrol. Border Patrol is being bombarded with the numbers crossing at the same time. So when they get a group, like yesterday, they had 2 days in a row, they had groups of over 60 on the south part of town, of the county. So that occupies a lot of personnel. So the smugglers, whether it's human or drug, they're taking advantage of the situation, because we're also seeing an increase in drugs being crossed over or being captured. So these smugglers are taking advantage of every situation where they pass a large group, knowing it's going to occupy the personnel, the Border Patrol, PD, county, constables. Everybody's working, DPS, everybody's working together, to try to, keep our community safe. And these smugglers just keep taking advantage of the situation. So they're either smuggling humans or they're smuggling drugs. And I can tell you, in speaking to our Border Patrol agents, that's what they're catching more and more now, more drugs, because these individuals, the smugglers, are taking advantage of the situation. And when you have residents crying out for help, calling the police department, calling 911, hey, there's people in my backyard. A personal story, a couple of weeks ago, I'm putting up a sign and a fence, and an individual sneaks over his fence with an AR-15, and I'm like, hey, what you got there? Well, sir, it's because we got a lot of people crossing over, and they're jumping our fence, and that's just, a thousand feet or so from the river. So, luckily he didn't shoot, but that's the concern our citizens have, and like you said, one of these days, these people are going to take it into their own hands to protect their livelihood, to protect their homes, to protect their families. So, again, when Washington is aligned for catch and release, it sends the wrong message to other countries. It sends the wrong message, because when they're being released, they're calling their countrymen and they're saying, hey, we made it, come over. And that's why we're seeing the bigger influx coming in right now. So Washington's got to take a stance. We need your help to make sure that Washington understands. If they continue to catch and release the way they're doing right now, it's just going to create a bigger and bigger problem. And look, we're not new to this. Those of us that live along the border see this every now and then. And again, this year, and it's getting worse and worse. So, Congressman, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing the delegation from other states, because it's important for everybody to get a clear picture of what's really happening down here, and hearing from our residents, hearing from our leaders along the region. And so, again, the concern of the citizens is people into their backyards, destroying their property and breaking into homes also.